Hello and welcome again. And I'm really pleased that we have Mr. Courtney Campbell, who's the conference chair for the 10th Biannual Jamaica Diaspora Conference. The theme is United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity and Youth Empowerment. The event starts on Sunday the 16th through to the Wednesday the 19th of June, followed by the Diaspora Day of Service on Thursday, June the 20th. The venue is the Montego Bay Convention Center, and the conveners of this conference is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Good day, Mr. Courtney Campbell. How are you, sir?
I'm great, Rudy, and really good to connect with you again. And
Yes, yeah.
greetings to all your listeners.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you indeed. So, Courtney, the first question is, what are the main reasons why members of the diaspora who are visiting family and friends or now reside in Jamaica should consider attending the conference?
So, Rudy, thanks for that question. I would offer the answer in just two words,
Yeah.
and then I'll expound. The two words are information and connections. I would say to you with regard to information, Rudy, that this diaspora conference represents a rich opportunity to receive a wide range of information from many government agencies and private sector institutions all under one roof. In fact, I think it is unparalleled in terms of the range, the richness of the information that someone could access in a one-stop location. Um, you know, anywhere in for you to have probably as many at a minimum of 13 key government agencies, such as the Passport and Immigration Agency, the Jamaica Customs Agency, National Housing Trust, JAMPRO for those who are interested in starting business or expanding their businesses, the Jamaica Business Development Center, the National Education Trust, the Development Bank of Jamaica, the Scientific Research Council. Those are just of the Ministry of Agriculture. Those are just a few of the key government agencies. You would want to have some information from them on how to invest in Jamaica, access some social services in Jamaica, get some things done. Probably you want to make a contribution, or probably you need some help for a relative who lives here, and you need to provide some advice for them. The accurate advice, the accurate information to provide that advice can be obtained from one of these agencies, and most likely they will be present at the conference. And and sometimes you're going to find that you need to speak with more than one, and they'll all be there. But not only that, we will also have many key private sector institutions. As many as four financial institutions will be present there. JN Group, the VM Group, the Grace Kennedy Financial Group, JMB will be there. And then, there are other investment agencies such as Blue Maho Capital. We'll have persons who are real estate developers, like the Pinnacle Resorts, as an example, that will be there providing people with investment opportunities. So that information that will be available, I think, is unparalleled in terms of any other event in Jamaica that's scheduled for this year. You'd have to, the only thing that could come close to that would be probably our Jamie Expo that is held every 2 years. But even so, the government agencies don't tend not to be as prominent in that as they are for a diaspora conference. And then the other word is connections. I think we're going to be offering some great opportunities for people to meet others who are in the same line of business or have the same interest if they're in the social services, across borders or even within the same market. So you're going to find that you may be visiting from the US and you are doing some work in Jamaica, or wish to do some business in Jamaica, or you're trying to do some work for Jamaica from a particular location in the US, and you're able now through this diaspora conference to meet and to develop a stronger connection with some persons who have the same interests, who are like-minded, and who have the same objectives, and you can pool resources and develop a strong partnership. And sometimes a partnership will be with the persons in the same market, or there will be cross borders, because sometimes you would wish to do some investment in Jamaica. You need a trading partner, or you need a local advisor, technical advisor. Well, most likely you'd be able to, if not meet that person here, receive some indications, some leads into that type of facilitation. And then very importantly, we want to make the point that as I speak about information and connections, that this conference will focus a lot on investment. We want to spend time thinking about how the diaspora can get involved in local entrepreneurial activity, or expand their own businesses overseas through local partnerships, because we think that Jamaica is open for business. It's a vibrant location for business. We have a strong financial sector that's well capitalized with a robust regulatory framework. We have a strong telecom sector that's very competitive. We have modern airports and seaports. So overall, what we have is a vibrant, stable democracy. It's a good place to invest. And so we're saying that we're pleased to have JAMPRO, they're Jamaica's investment promotion agency, and they're the lead business facilitation partner for this diaspora conference. And the president of JAMPRO will be there, Mrs. Shulette Cox. So will the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Albin Hill. We're going to be sharing information on key sectors, how to invest, how to take advantage of opportunities in key sectors such as logistics, global digital services, and agriculture. So some of those visitors may have some thoughts about getting involved in agriculture. They may not be sure how to take the next step.
Yeah.
The JAMPRO team can provide them with advice on that, as an example.
And really explain the process.
Yes, and they would be able to explain the process. Some visitor may have a business overseas, and you may be thinking of how could you raise capital in Jamaica for the business that is based in London or in Birmingham. And the experts from the Jamaica Stock Exchange will be there to share that information. You may be thinking of, you may not have a farm, but you may wish to process produce from farms in a particular area. So you wish to establish an agro-processing business. And so we will have information on that available as well. The Minister of Agriculture, Floyd Green, along with all his technical support leaders, will be there to share that information. Some people may wish to, say, drive around Jamaica and see opportunities in real estate. And we're going to be able to provide lots of information about, from real estate brokers, but as well as from mortgage providers, on how you can create wealth real estate in Jamaica. And then, especially for those on the North Coast or in the western end of the island or in a beautiful place like Port Antonio, they see the tourism sector booming. We have surpassed our pre-COVID highs and are now running the highest numbers ever in tourism. And you're saying that, how can I be part of this growing tourism product? And so we will be sharing information on tourism and wealth creation. So all of that rich information will be available, and we're hoping that people will be able to access that information and to then make connections that help them to take advantage of the information that they have gleaned.
Okay, thanks for that. It's quite a comprehensive overview. So can you say a bit about some of the discussion forums, because there are a number of discussion forums.
Yeah, we're going to have lots of discussion forums. So let me take you through some of them. The first one will on the Monday be about the fact that Jamaica is open for business. So it's how we transform investment and enterprise in Jamaica through diaspora engagement. So really what we're bringing here together are the government representatives, business leaders, investors, members of the Jamaican diaspora to discuss investment opportunities and the regulatory frameworks and how we can now leverage the diaspora resources for sustainable development. So the moderator of that session will be the JAMPO president, Mrs. Sholette Cox, and we'll have as panelists Senator Albin Hill. We'll have Mr. Winthrop Wellington, who is a Jamaican American businessman, Mr. Leighton Smith, who is CEO of VM Overseas, Mrs. Grace Burnett, who is CEO of GK Financial Group, and Brando Hayton from JN Fund Managers. He's the managing director. And then we're going to have an interesting Riverside chat, succeeding at business in the diaspora. We're privileged to have Chef Winford Simpson from New York. He owns Simpson Restaurant and Bar in New York, and he's starting in Atlantic City as well. And we're going to have a Riverside chat with him that will be moderated from a Jamaican in the diaspora, Shane Anthony Brown. And then we're going to have another plenary session now of the role of Jamaican missions and diaspora communities. And that, is a very interesting one. Our Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, the Honorable Kamina Johnson Smith, will participate in that, along with Her Excellency, the High Commissioner for Jamaica to Canada, and Her Excellency Marshall Corloban, and Mrs. Alcyon Wilson, who is a CG of Jamaica in New York. They will be sharing, along with Aisha Rainford from Florida, they'll be sharing on how Jamaican missions, can support the global Jamaica diaspora. We'll have another session about how we create access for diaspora direct investment in Jamaica. And here, this panelist will be Marlene Street Forest. This is a lunch presentation. Marlene Street Forest, who is the managing director of the stock exchange, will share space with David Mullings, who is chairman and CEO of Blue Maho Holdings. So they're a diaspora business. We are pleased to have them as a platinum sponsor, as the first diaspora business as a platinum sponsor, and they'll be sharing a lunch and plenary. So David Mullings is a chairman and CEO, as I said. We'll have another Riverside chat with a diaspora and educator, Dr. Anthony Monroe, who is president of the Manhattan Community College. Another chat with the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Dr. Kevin Blake. We're going to have a session, some breakout sessions on green entrepreneurship and customs, and how they, how you can send educational, health, and other items to Jamaica hassle-free. We're going to have another session that speaks with how the diaspora can uplift vulnerable communities through the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. And then a session that will focus on the health system and how the diaspora can partner with local policymakers and administrators in improving healthcare. And then we're going to wrap that day. The following day, I won't go into details. We're going to have Eat Jamaica Day. And then the highlight of day 2 will be the official opening ceremony, and the keynote address will be given by the most honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, and he will highlight day 2, as I said. But we're going to have some other important sessions, such as how we transform education in Jamaica in the digital era, another session about how we stay true to our roots. How do we secure Jamaican citizenship and travel documents when we're in the diaspora? That's very important. Yeah. Another session on how we create wealth through real estate, how we develop skills training, through Hard Trust NTA, and how we revolutionize education in Jamaica from early childhood to tertiary. So all of those are important. And then we want to focus on how we unleash the potential of the Jamaican youth in the diaspora and at home for sustainable development. Very important session. And then the final session on day 2 sessions on day 2 will be a Riverside chat with the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Floyd Green, and we're going to have another plenary then on how we harness the power of Jamaica's creative industries and sport for national development. And the Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Babsy Grange, the Honorable Babsy Grange, will participate in that, along with representatives from JAMPRO and the creative industries, including Kwame McPherson, who is a Jamaican in the diaspora, but who is a writer and is the first Jamaican to win the Commonwealth Short Story Prize. So we're very, very proud of Kwame, and he'll be there. And then on the final day, the Wednesday, we're going to focus on tourism and wealth creation. We're going to focus on how we strengthen and sustain diaspora engagement. And we're going to have the Governor General's Diaspora Achievement Awards. And then the launch of the Jamaica Diaspora Mentorship Academy will be done on that day. And then NHT will do a session on owning a piece of the rock. The National Healthcare Enhancement Foundation will speak about how we support the healthcare system. The church and the diaspora, there will be a concurrent session on that. And then finally, a session on the diaspora youth connection to Jamaica. So all of those will be held on the Wednesday, the final day. And I think we're going to close with a session on the constitutional reform agenda, how we forge this future together. And we're going to then have a reflection on the day's proceedings. So those are some of the topics, or some of the agenda items. I don't think I've covered everything, but I wanted to share those as highlights of the conference with you. As I say, it's rich, it's a diverse agenda. It's been largely influenced by the members of the diaspora themselves.
Okay, thank you for that. And I'll just mention again, of course, on the Thursday is the Diaspora Day of Service. That's June the 20th.
That's correct.
And all of this information is available on the Diaspora Conference ja.eventbrite.com. So that's really important. So before you go, what's your final message for the diaspora?
The final message is that we're very upbeat at this point. The numbers are ticking up nicely. I think at this point we have close to our highest numbers ever in terms of the number of Jamaicans in the diaspora who are booked, who have registered to be here. So we're very pleased. It's the first in-person conference since COVID. And I just want to say, it will be a great vibe. It will be in Montego Bay. It will be the first in-person conference since COVID. And, I think the theme says United for Jamaica's Transformation. And I think the conference agenda has been built out around that theme, how we can come together with our different skills, our different interests, our different backgrounds, our different views, or different perspectives, and come together to make Jamaica better, right? And so come and get the rich information that you need to have, the accurate information that you need to have. You're able to plan properly, and you're able to establish some firm connections that will help your families to do better, your businesses to do better, will help Jamaica to do better. So thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing as many of your listeners as possible. If they have not already booked flights and hotel accommodation, though all of that is still possible, we welcome them with open arms, and we're looking forward to seeing a good, strong turnout. June 16th to 19th.
16th to the 19th of June. Thank you very much. That was Mr. Courtney Campbell, the chair of the conference. The theme is United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity and Youth Empowerment. And the event days, Sunday the 16th through to Wednesday the 19th of June. The Diaspora Day of Service is on Thursday the 20th. The venue is the Montego Bay Convention Center. And for more information, go to diasporaconferenceja.eventbrite.com. That's diasporaconferenceja.eventbrite.com. Thank you very much, and good night, Mr. Campbell.
Good night, Rudy. All the very best.
Thank you.